We the people, civil values in America. American values. Being an American is not about your skin color, the clothes you wear, or how you look. So, what does it mean to be an American? America's past can help us find the answer. Early American leaders built our country on certain values. They wrote about these important values in the US Constitution. Our early leaders wrote that Americans should be free. They thought that Americans should believe what they want to believe and say what they want to say. Americans should feel safe and be happy. The leaders said that Americans should be treated fairly. They stated that people should not be allowed to hurt one another. They also thought that they should be able to choose their leaders. These are rights that all Americans have. These ideas and rights are still important to Americans. We call them our civic values. We get to enjoy many rights in America, but being an American is not just about the rights we have. It is also about being a good citizen. Good citizens have responsibilities. These are duties that we should do. You have duties in your home. It may be your duty to clean the dishes or to keep your room clean. You have duties in school. It is your duty to learn and to be nice to others. We all have responsibilities to our country too. It is our duty to follow the rules and laws. It is our duty to treat others fairly. The U.S. Constitution lists these rights and responsibilities. It talks about America's values. The U.S. Constitution is proof that our country is built on these values. America's early leaders set an example for us. They worked hard and they relied on themselves. They helped make America what it is today. It is up to us to follow their example. A new nation. In the 1600s, people left Great Britain to live in America. They came for many reasons. Some wanted freedom to practice their religion. They were called Puritans. By 1776, many more people from Europe were living in America. They were living in the 13 colonies. Great Britain and its king controlled these colonies. The colonists felt that the king was not treating them fairly. They wanted to be free from his rule. They wanted their own country. The leaders in the colonies got together and wrote the Declaration of Independence. It was a letter to the king. It said that the colonies were now free from British rule and they would start a new country. But the king wanted to keep the colonies. This started a war. In 1783, the colonists won the war and the new nation was born. It was called the United States of America. All are created equal. The Declaration of Independence did more than say that the colonies were free. It said what kind of nation America would be. It said that the people would be in charge of the country. It said the people had certain rights. Thomas Jefferson was one of the early leaders in America. He helped write the Declaration. His words explain the beliefs of the new nation. Jefferson wrote, "All men are created equal. Our values are based on this idea." But Americans did not treat all people the same. In Jefferson's time, many people were slaves. Slaves had no freedom. Other people owned them. Women did not have the same rights as white men either. Jefferson's promise of equality was a good idea, but future Americans would have to work hard to make this promise come true. Today, we continue to work together, we continue to work toward equality for all people. Jefferson had more to say about American rights. He said that all people are born with certain rights that no one can take away. Jefferson said that some of these are the right to live, to be free, and to pursue happiness. He said that Americans would start a new government to protect these rights. Protecting these rights became an important American value. Jefferson said that the people should choose their leaders. One person should not have all the power. He did not want another king to rule America. Jefferson said that if the people did not get to choose their leaders, the government would not be fair. The idea is known as the consent of the governed. This means that people should agree on who their leaders are. It became another civic value. This is why we vote for or choose our leaders. The law of the land. In 1777, American leaders wrote a constitution. It said how the government should work. It stated the rules and laws of the nation. Many Americans did not want a strong government. This reminded them of the British king. They wanted the people to have the power. The first constitution was called the Articles of Confederation, but there were problems with the articles. The government was not strong enough to keep the new nation safe. The leaders met to write a new constitution. It was a hard job. No other country had tried to form the kind of government that America wanted. Some people thought it would not work. They said it was dangerous to give people so much power. In 1789, the U.S. Constitution was ready. It said how we would choose our leaders. It listed our rights and duties. It was based on the values of the people. The new government was created to protect the rights of the people. The U.S. Constitution said that one person would not have all the power. The power would be shared. The states would be in charge of themselves, but there would also be a central government. It would be in charge of the whole country. The U.S. Constitution has three parts. The preamble is the introduction. It states why the U.S. Constitution was written. It says what we, the people, believe. It says that we value justice or fairness and peace. It also says that we value freedom. The articles are the body of the U.S. Constitution. They explain how our government works. Three branches or parts share the power. The branches are like legs on a stool. They are separate, but they all work together to make the stool stand. The amendments are the third party. They are changes. They allow the U.S. Constitution to grow and change with our nation. The U.S. Constitution was written to protect our rights, but some people thought that more rights were needed. They wanted all of these rights to be added to the U.S. Constitution. They asked for a Bill of Rights. These became the first 10 amendments to the U.S. Constitution. The First Amendment protects basic freedoms. It includes freedoms of religion. This means that the government cannot make you practice a certain religion. You can believe what you want to believe. It also includes freedom of speech and freedom of the press. This means that you can say what you want to say. You can even speak out against the government. The Second Amendment protects our rights to defend ourselves. Other amendments explain the rights of fair punishment. Many people think that the Bill of Rights is the best statement of our values. It explains what it means to be an American. Responsible citizens. With rights come responsibilities. Responsible citizens are good citizens. They work hard to make their country a better place. They follow the rules and laws. They try to do what is best for everyone. They treat others fairly, and they help people in need. There are other ways to be a good citizen. People can give their time, money, or other items to help others. Some people give these things to charities. These are groups that help people in need. Good citizens can also volunteer. This means they do work that helps others for free. Democracy is about the people. For it to work, the people must be involved. There are many ways for adults to take part in democracy. They can vote for leaders and laws. They can serve on a jury. This means they help decide if a person broke a law. They can even join the government and become leaders. You can be a responsible citizen too. Follow the rules at home and at school. Do not break our country's laws. Get involved in your community and government. You can learn about your local leaders. You can learn about our country's leaders. You can help keep our community clean and safe. If you see someone being treated unfairly, speak up. You can donate items to a food bank. You can volunteer at an animal shelter. You can pick up trash at a local park. You can be honest and fair. You can be a leader at school and in your home. And you can always work your hardest to do your best. It is never too early to learn how to be a good citizen. Learning to be a responsible citizen is an important American value. And boys and girls, that is the end of today's story. I look forward to seeing your work and you in Zoom later this week. Bye.